And here I am on the Dusty News Network Friday, where we get busy roasting folks that post crazy stuff on the internet. That's what we do. I hope y'all got a chance to see. I finally did the video that you have been asking for, the one on K. Michelle and what happened to her on that V103 radio. That was some of the most ratchet mess I've ever seen in my life. And that guy that they have as the host of that show, awful, awful. Of course, this is just my opinion, but y'all wrote to me in droves and asked me to provide it, so I finally got around to doing it, and I could not believe what I saw. But if you haven't seen that video yet, it's the one right before this one. I just put it up the other day, and it talks about her interview and her statement that, they're basically saying that there's no men aren't good people. That's what she said. That's the exact quote. Men are not good people. And I gave my 2 cents and then went in on everybody who was on the show. Yeah, I had never heard of her. I was kind of embarrassed to say I never heard of her. I don't really keep up with these young music people, but yeah, that was very disturbing. But I hope you guys are pleased with the end result. Those of you who requested that I explore that discussion and give my 2 cents on it. Everybody, thank you. Oh, you liked it? Good. Everybody, thanks for coming and spending this time with me on Friday evening. Hey there, Lady Boss Bay. That's my girl. She is like my strongest advocate, holding it down. And, coming and she shows up for every chat. She probably show up when I don't even show up. It's like, she's very dedicated and I really appreciate her. I just want to say that one more time, because sometimes I forget. But we're here tonight to look at some of the memes and graphics and screenshots of comments and posts that you guys have come across on the internet lately, over the past week, really. And I have to say, once again, you guys did a bang up job sending in some of the crazy stuff. I'm just sitting there just looking at it. I don't even know what to say half the time. But we have some really good ones for you, and I hope you enjoy them. So let's get started. Let me see. Uh, oh, and before I do that, let me put this up too. As you go through this, you're going to see an example of the kinds of stuff that run on this show, on this segment. We do it every Friday. Sometimes if I can't make it on a Friday, I'll do it on switch it to Sunday. But I try to be here every Friday. And this is where you would send it. So you get a screenshot, you see something that comes across your Twitter or you see it on Instagram or whatever, you take a screenshot and email it to me at survivingdating@gmail.com. Make the subject line Dusty News, and it'll filter right into the folder that we have for this show, and no, it won't get lost in the mess that I have. Well, I seriously get at least 200 emails a day. Most of it's, junk stuff, but still, I don't want it to get lost in there, lost in the show. So make the subject line Dusty News, and it will filter right where it needs to be, okay? So let us get started with our slideshow. We're going to be talking about what we have seen on the internet, on these internets. Let's go. Slide number one. This little dust mite here was texting somebody's girlfriend, and his response to dude was just off the chain. I know this dude wanted to just find him and punch him. He's like, I'll sweat all. Well, he said meant to say sweat. I swear all them pretty little curls gonna be straightened when I'm through with your ass. He says to the girl by text. And the dude picked, her man. He say, why you texting my girl? And dude is like, why you respond when you know I wasn't talking to you? Okay, what? What? What is that? Who does that? I was like, what? I know he wanted to find him and beat his ass. I couldn't believe it. It was funny though, but I mean, it was so rude. Why you respond when you know I wasn't talking to you? Okay, now this dude here, I don't know who he is, but evidently he's pretty well known on Facebook, I guess, right? I mean, he must be some kind of person who makes a lot of comments, so a lot of women knew who he was. And I'm looking at all this scruffiness looking gorilla looking thing here, and he got the nerve to be talking about this woman. She's gorgeous. I mean, she might be a little heavy, but she's still very pretty. And he's like, she ain't the prettiest, but she's loyal. Who would say some shit like that about their woman publicly? I mean, talking about a neg. You know what I mean? Look at this. Yeah, Keisha, something wrong with him. Something is definitely wrong with him. I don't, and I was sitting there and I'm looking at that, right? I'm looking at that and I'm trying to figure out, if my man said something like that about me on these internets, as y'all like to call them, what would happen to him? Would he be ventilated with bullet holes? Would I brain him with something? Would I get in my Honda, my trusty weapon of choice, and run him over with my car? That's my favorite thing to do. So I'm like, but that's a big old beefy boy. He might fuck my car up. I don't know, but I'd be mad. I'd be double mad then. It's like I'd be mad when he's saying I'd be mad because his big old meaty ass fucked up my car. So I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, she's a better woman than me because that would have been it. I would have been done with him. It's like, no, you're not going to publicly talk about me like that and try to pass it off like it's a compliment and say that basically you say, well, I'm ugly, but I'm loyal. No, you got to go. And you got hell of nerve talking about somebody's face and not being the best looking. Have you looked in a mirror lately, motherfucker? I mean, seriously. You need to make that happen and get a reality check because you looking like backside of somebody's donkey right about now. So I'm like, I don't know what to say about dude, but yeah, the nigacity of him is just unbelievable. But anyway, we got sent this one. A couple of people sent this in, so that's what made me think he must be somebody that people know about. I never heard of him, but yes, death by crossbow. That sounds good. That sounds good. Or that show 1001 Ways to Die? I'm sure there's some great solution amongst those 1001 things. But I know he would have to go. I'm sorry. He would just have to go. So let us move on from this young lad. Oh yeah, I forgot. I put this too because I want y'all to get a close up of the gorillaness. He got a misshapen head. His nose looked like he could sniff up Peru, and he just like not cute. And that beard, it's like, dude, it's probably birds and shit living in there. Cut that thing off. But then again, maybe it's hiding something that's even uglier, like his chin. We don't know what's up under that. But I just tell you, I was not impressed. He got man boobs, moobs as they call them. Dude, hit a gym. Do something with yourself. So I don't know. But I just, if it was out her, I would have went in on his ass so hard. It would have hurt his feelings and his grandmother's feelings. Everybody's feelings would have been hurt. His whole lineage. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, he dissed her on social media living. On social media in print. She ain't the prettiest, but she loyal. I mean, who does that? Except some dusty motherfucker. He just a dusty, I'm telling you, birds and shit live in that beard. It look like a fucking forest. This thing, Bambi gonna come bouncing out of there in a minute, followed by Thumper. I don't know. I just was not really impressed with him. And I'm just not. I just couldn't believe that he would say that about his lady like that. Just crush her, just humiliate her like that. Yeah. So I mean, this one, just like I have to make a new graphic now. It's gonna be King of the Dusties. In this one, he would have won because this just took every cake, pie, every kind of like dessert that you could think of. He took them all. Ugly ass. Okay, let's move on. This shit was hilarious. But then again, I mean, okay, initially it was funny, but then when you think about the manipulative tactic that he's using, okay, look at this. Me with the homies out cheating versus me telling her I'm going to kill myself when she break up with me for cheating. See the manipulation? I mean, like I said, on first glance, it's funny. But then when you really think about it, he want to do what he want to do and then like terrorize her with his death if if she leaves him. Guess what? Guess what? Do that to me and watch how dead your ass be. How dead do you be? Because I would give no fucks if you killed yourself. Go ahead. Help yourself. Yeah, I need a little crown graphic with dust flying off of it. I'm going to see if I can get my daughter to make it for me. Yeah, look at him. I don't know. I know a lot of women are, you guys you feel bad, because I have a little friend. I mean, she's just the sweetest thing. And she's going through that now with this man manipulating her, trying to make her playing his violin song and stuff, try to get her to feel sorry for him. I just be looking at him because I'd be like, I would firebomb that nigga shit. I would, he got animals at her house and stuff. They would mysteriously turn up dead, or at the SPCA, something would happen to him. He come looking for them animals. I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck happened to them beasts. I told you to take them with you when you left. You didn't take them. Oh well, it's not my problem. I really don't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck when you was here. Now that you ain't, I don't give a fuck, even more less of a fuck now. And oh, they gone. Oh well, I get my yard back. Let me plant some roses. And so this kind of thing, where they want to like, try to terrorize you with guilt and manipulate you to do what they want you to do while they treat you any old kind of way. This kind of stuff, you guys have to steel yourself because they be trying to, control you like that. And you guys that have a soft heart, you want to feel responsible. Like, oh my God, I can't leave him. He'll kill himself. When you need to have your bitch on and say, motherfucker, you want to die, have at it. It's a free country. What kind of flowers you want? Hmm. What you want the card to say? I had to go over here and practice my tears so when I go to the funeral, I can put on a performance. Fall all out and lay on the casket and stuff and really put on a show. Won't that make you feel good? Some shit like that. I don't know. You're just going to be dead. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Now this week, we got this a little late. Well, I mean, she sent it in September, but of course the show didn't take place till today, which is already October. So it kind of was, missed the mark there. But the funny part was this little dude, September take a man on a date month. I'm childless this weekend. I'm also available till death do us part. I said what I said. So you don't have no shame in his little game. Most of them be trying to act like they just trying to be king of the singles and they just all the pimp in the world and all this stuff. This little dude is like, please pick me. Please take me home with you. Please love me. And I almost wanted to say, oh, but then I caught myself. I caught myself. It's like this little trying to play his little pity party, but it was so cute. It's so different from what we usually see from these guys. So I thought it was cute. But yeah, he wants somebody to love his little self. Him little self. Yeah, he is Dusty, but at least he's a cute Dusty. He's not like the vile kind of Dusty where you just want to run. This is the kind where you go, "Aw," and then you still laugh at him anyway, but at least you go, "Aw," first. Dang living doll. Be nice. All right. And I thought this was hilarious. And then when you look at dude, it's like, dude, yeah, you should expect that. He's like, I'm not dating to get married. I'm dating to experience the painful breakup that kickstarts my weight loss. Oh my God. Because a lot of people, they stop eating after they have heartbreak and stuff. I'm the opposite. I eat up everything. No, I don't really eat up everything. I drink up everything. So I don't never lose weight after a breakup. I have to end up going to AA or some shit. But I don't lose any weight. That's so funny to me. Oh, yeah, but dude is not cute at all. And so with a man like that, he's destined to be broken up with. Sorry, dude, unless you got like hella money and you are super nice and you are slinging dick like a motherfucker, then you might be able to get somebody to stay with you. But just based on that mug-alicious face alone, nah, not happening. All right. Now this is a very interesting and where you makes you go, if your man is in jail with braids and his hair is done every time you go visit him, you the side bitch, sis. And I was like, whoa, that might have an element of truth. Cause you getting your hair done, right? You sitting on the floor, cause they be in they cell, right? There ain't no seats in there. So you sitting on the floor between some motherfucker's knees, like you do when you was a little kid, getting your hair braided. I'm like, what's that look like? How does that work? But all y'all that be wanting to date these folks that's up in prison, I don't know how you do all of that. I'm not trying to be affiliated with no convict. I'm just not trying to do that. I don't like the idea of that. You like bald-headed men? No, I don't like no bald-headed man. Cause most of them they don't have like a cute head. Their head be all lumpy and bumpy and misshapen, and then they had them hot dogs on the back of their neck. See, I don't like that. That shit turns me off. I start looking for some buns and mustard. I don't like that look. You know what I'm talking about? The meat rolls on the back of his neck. Nah, nah. I don't, I don't like that. I don't like that look. So anyway, let us move on. Enough talking about convicts. Now this brother's like, you need a sister who's diverse. She got diverse skills. She know how to work a job, but she know how to use a scale if some shit get real. I'm like, wow, are we really retreating to that level to exist? I guess so. Cause look at the dude who posted it. He's like, indeed. I'm like, wow. I don't even know what to say. But I'm not doing nothing felonious. Cause like I said, I'm really not into that prison thing. That's not cute to me. So let's move on. This was funny. When you ignored all his messages and he texts you, I'm outside. Look how that baby peeping. Oh my God. I've done it so this is so familiar because I've done that. They don't say I'm outside. They be like, oh, I'm a few blocks away. I'll be looking to make sure the coast is clear so I can make a getaway before they get there. And I don't give a fuck what I look like. I'm jetting down the street and going around the block and somewhere I can see when they go out their car where they can't see me. And I'm going to jump and run and get in my car and drive off. That's what I'm going to do. That's not like dudes knowing where I live. Yeah, I be coughing, girl, because there's so much dust. I be just talking at the dust, looking at the dust makes you feel congested. Nose start running, coughing, lungs get congested. That baby don't have an accent. That baby got some white sandals, though. I don't know about all of that. But she is funny. That's the picture and the copy are perfect. I'm telling you, girl, I be making getaways. You all just don't know. Now this shit right here, this was some amazing. Whoever sent this in, you please consider my eyeballs next time. Opened up the email and saw this. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, look at that giant belly. She's like 6 feet away from the dick. How does that even work? How does that work? I'm like, oh, and look at him. He kind of looks effeminate about the face. There's something about that lips with the red lipstick or something going on. Maybe he's supposed to have just kissed her. I'm not really sure what that is, but here they go trying to get, God to co-sign on this fuckery. Talking about, God, sometimes God will let you fall in love with a man who doesn't love you for not loving the man who did. Just because a man has a big belly and a flat butt, it doesn't mean he wasn't God sent. Be with a man who treats you well, not a man who only needs you when he's horny. Well, they treat you well because they only want to need you when they're horny and they want to make sure that you give it up. So that's why they treat you well. We ain't stupid. We know what's up with that. And so, this thing here, what this is a plea for the men who are misbuilt and overweight and ugly and misshapen and all the stuff, and got them rolls on the back of their neck. So he got the meat on the back of his neck there, just sitting there, just all proud and loud, and wants you to choose him anyway. within no regard for the fact that he looks like something that just fell off a watermelon truck. I'm like, look, women want to be stimulated by what they see, just like men do. And you look like some horrible thing, Jabba the Hutt looking creature. Ain't nobody trying to be with you. Yeah, I'm serious. But this was just a flat out plea for you to drop all your standards of physical attractiveness and take whatever man comes along who, quote, treats you well. That's what this is. This is one of those mind fucks that a lot of women, when you get a certain age or something, y'all, your friends start getting married or whatever, you see them getting married and you feel like, wow, time slipping by. I'm losing my opportunity. I'm going to be too old to have a baby. I want, this is what I want for myself. And so the next man that comes along, you take him because, you have this end goal. And then once you're in it, you might have a kid or two. And I'm not saying he doesn't treat you well, but you realize that when you're married, I'm sorry, I just have to tell you all this. You have got to be attracted to the man that you marry. Okay, you need everything else too. It's got to be a package deal. You got to have good communication. Y'all have to have similar goals. Family values have to be on point because otherwise, you always in conflict because y'all don't want the same things with your kids, with your house, with holiday celebrations, with family. It causes major conflict. Okay, you need to have something in common. You need to have fun together as well as be able to work well together. I'm telling you from experience, that's what works. So if you don't have a man that you don't like looking at, you don't want him to touch you every time he comes near you, doing all like this because you don't, you're like, ew, you not make the face, but you feeling that inside. You cringe when he gets close to you. He comes up to you, wants to kiss you, you go, it's not, and you're trying to hide that because you want these things and you're trying to pretend like it's not as important to you as it is. You got to have it all. Don't settle. Thinking just, well, I just want to get married. You'll be fucking miserable. And the next thing you know, you're going to be in divorce court. So it doesn't make sense to do that and put kids through all of that. I'm telling you, just hold out and wait for the man who gets you everything that you need. I mean, at least 90%, 85%, something like that. Because, even if it's 90%, that 10% is going to be a bitch sometimes. I'm telling you, again, from personal experience. And I say we was 90% compatible. But that 10% sometimes, man, we had some epic battles. Epic. And I just, that's just the way it is. So I have to warn people when you see stuff like this and you have a tendency, you like kind of like getting lonely and you're like, well, maybe he's not so bad. I'll just settle for this. I'll make it work. I'm being superficial. I'm this, I'm that. I surely shouldn't think like that. I should want a good man over that. Okay, that's a mistake. I'm going to just tell you right now, that is a mistake. You need a man that you want to touch and kiss and hug on, and you want to cuddle up with next to at night and all this kind of stuff. You got to have it all. I mean, don't just have that when he's stupid. Don't get me wrong. That's what I say. You got to have it all. Next thing, next slide. Now this was really good because we always be talking about these old men chasing after young girls. And a lot of them feel like, well, I can still do it. I can still get them. Okay, well, how is that accomplishing anything? What are you doing? You've been doing that same shit for the last 40 years. Aren't you ever going to stop and just do something different with your life? Do you forever focus on your dick? I mean, really? And so this is what they do. But, if you 40 plus, it's time to leave them young girls alone and get you a woman that understands the signs of stroke. I was screaming. And I have to say, because when I worked as a trainer one day, this man had a stroke up in the gym. And luckily, because I was looking at him and he just stopped, right? He stopped. And then I don't know, he just didn't look right. And I knew him. I used to talk to him all the time. And I was like, Paul, are you okay? And he didn't answer. And I'm like, okay. And then, one side of his face started looking different. And so I set him down and I asked him if he knew what year it was. Thanks, Alexandria. Do you know what year it is? Do you know who the president is? couldn't answer. This was a very bright man, so I know he knew to answer them questions. So I hollered out. I said, "Y'all call 911. I think we have a stroke victim. Tell them, alert them that. That's my assessment of what's going on here." And then he started like drawing up. It was a trip to see it happen like that. And he was a relatively healthy guy. I mean, he was probably in his early 80s, but I mean, he would come to the gym and work out and stuff. So this thing here, where they talking about understanding sign, because we recognize, what was going on, and we got him immediate help. They put some, blood clot busters into his system to, lessen any impact and potential damage to his brain and stuff. And so he did recover, and he didn't have any real noticeable effects from it. But if you don't have a woman that understands, your ass could be like all doing all this fancy bedroom activity, and she just gonna think that you is that you like so wild by what she's doing to you in the bed, and the next thing you know, your ass done checked up out of here, and she just be like, "Oh my God, his body is cold. I wonder what happened to him." And she gonna get up and put her clothes on and leave you sitting there, dude. You better pay attention. Get you a woman who understands the signs of a stroke. You a nurse, dear? Good. Oh, you say you not one. Oh, okay. Honey, that's okay. You still could know the signs of a stroke. 'Cause shit, you might have one yourself someday. Yeah, I know. This shit was funny because this one and the woman is the dusty. The woman is the dusty here. She said, "Did you get the food yet?" He said, "I'm picking it up now. Don't forget the condiments and some dessert." You mean the complimentary peppermints dessert? Yeah, I'll get some. No, the condiments. The what? The hot sauce and butter and stuff. He's like, "You got 2 hours to pack your shit and get out of my house." She dumb. Okay, pound, she dumb. She meant condiments, you know, condiments. And she's like kind of mints. Kind of mints. And I was like, wow, she's super dusty. Yeah, que sera, exactly. But dude probably had a heart attack. But still, they be messing around with them young girls and having their heart they shit is they old as dirt. Boy, sit your rocking chair grandpa ass down somewhere. Man, she is super dusty. Girlfriend, please go back to school. Go immediately. Do not pass go. You ain't collecting no $200. You just going back to school. Oh my God. How can you imagine how embarrassing that would be? Yeah. Ugh. Okay. Now, them threats they try to use to get you to do something that you don't want to do? If you don't cook for your man, someone else will. Me. Thumbs up. I was rolling. Look at that hat, though. That hat is beautiful. I'm like, yeah, that would be me. I told you, like, when people be like, you need to fix your man's plate. What would you do if some other woman wanted to fix his plate? I'd say, bitch, bring me a plate too. While you over there, just make two. And then that would be that. If she didn't want to make two, then when she brought the plate to him, I would take it and I'd say, now get him one. That's how that would roll. You're not gonna be clowning me like that. Deb don't roll like that. And if I didn't like the woman who brought him a plate, then the plate would have mysteriously end up on the floor. He wouldn't be eating it, and neither would I. He would just be on the flow, as they say. FLO, flow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You want to fix a plate so bad, fix too, bitch. You get double the fun, double the pleasure. Just fix me one too. I don't give a fuck. If somebody want to feed that nigga, have at it. I don't care. My thing is this, lady. This is my thing, really. These women be all tripped out about, women cooking for their man and fixing them plates and doing all this stuff. My thing is this. If your relationship with your man is so fragile, so tenuous, that you feel that he would leave you over a plate of food, a pork chop, and some mashed potatoes, your relationship will go up in smoke over that. You don't have a relationship. You don't have a man that loves you. I don't know what the fuck that is. Like a fast, he's like there because you a fast order cook or something. What they call a short order cook. I mean, how is a man supposed to be with you through thick and thin, and he can't even be hungry for a few minutes while you fix some food? He got to go run around and do that kind of stuff and go chase after some other woman because she gave him a plate. See, I don't understand that kind of logic, that kind of insecurity and that feeling of being threatened by women. But I know it's a whole bunch of them, that have that feeling. I don't want no other man, woman fixing his plate because, he start fixing his plate, then he going to go over there, this and that. I'm like, okay, you must can't cook. Because, all my niggas, like, that's after I cook for them a couple of times. They not trying to eat nowhere else. They want what I cook because they like the way I cook. Food, okay, food won't necessarily keep a man, but it will definitely help you get one. Now, let me tell you how this works. See, this is a sidetrack. Most guys are either A, with women who can't cook, because these young women can't cook for shit. And those of you who in that category, I'm not talking about you personally, because I don't know you, but learning how to cook would be a good thing for you to do, especially if you plan to have children. Okay, especially if you have to have children. You need to be able to nourish your kids properly so their brain grows and their body grows and stuff. But if you know how to cook, just a couple of really decent meals, when you invite that guy over, let me tell you the sensory experience that you provide him. When he walks in the house, okay, women's houses are always cleaner than men's, right? Okay, so it's neat, it's colorful, you got prints and stuff and things going on, it's inviting, it's warm. And then he hits that door, and what does he do? He smells food, and the food smells good. And there you are, looking all pretty, and smelling good too. And you all cute and stuff. So he walks in the door. He sees this. He sees the environment. He smells the food. He's like, "Well, goddamn, I done died and went to heaven." Then he sits down at the table, right? And you got some creative conversation going, and you fill his little belly up, and he's looking at this plate of food, and it's all home cooked, and he's comfortable and warm, and it tastes good. And he's like, damn, this is fabulous. This is great. Wow, she can really cook. Plus, she cute. And it's just nice here. I just feel comfortable here. I feel relaxed here. I like to be here. I like being around her. I feel good when I'm around her. I feel good. I feel comfortable when I'm around her. I can relax when I'm around her. You see how that works? Now, I'm not saying you got to do this for every man that you meet. You certainly should not do this for every man that you meet. I'm just telling you that this is a tool that you can use to help you bag the man that you want. Okay? That's all I'm trying to say. Restaurants and stuff are good. And after he takes you out a few times, you might want to break out them pots and pans and show brother a thing or two. I'm not saying it's something you should do all the time, and he definitely should not be demanding it. It should be something that you offer to do because he's, taking you out 4 or 5 times or whatever, spend his little money, and now you're going to treat him to something else. Okay? I'm telling you, y'all better learn from some old women about that shit. That shit works. Nigga be constantly wanting to come over. Just because the environment that you have, and you don't even have to cook after that, they will bring stuff. But they like the environment that you have created. It's warm, it's relaxing, it feels safe, it feels comfortable, it's fun, it smells good, it looks good. You see what I'm saying? Work that shit, girl. You gotta work it. So let's move on. After I went on my side track here. Now, this guy has put forth a theory that every man can smash his baby mama forever. And a lot of them really think that. And this dude, the same Michael Boyd, the one that got the bird nest beard, he say, once I throw away trash, I don't go rumbling through. Nigga, are you a man? Okay, and it's like you don't know who threw who away. Okay, she could have thrown him away. In which case, he's thinking he can just come back and tip up there with some excuse talking about, well, that's my baby mama. I think that, and I wrote that article about the baby mama okie doke. That's why a lot of these dudes will try to intentionally impregnate a young girl who comes from a family of means because he knows she's going to always have a nice place to stay. She always will have food in her refrigerator. And if he is like down on his luck or whatever, he's like, I need to stay here, or I want to be with my child, and this and that, blah blah blah. He gonna try to play that heartstring, and so she'll let him move in, so he'll have a place to stay and food to eat. That's an old game. But that's why I don't be liking the, necessarily the ones who got strategy. They don't be messing with the broke baby, little baby mama welfare types. They go for a woman who comes from a family that got some money, or a sister that's going, on the fast track. They want her. They want to get her pregnant because then he got an end. Okay. So if you got a man who's using your baby dad and he keep trying to come over and smash, just understand this is how they think and don't let them set you up like that. Now this dude, he is like super dusty, angry about women having rights and all kind of stuff. And giving women rights is like spreading the AIDS. Now look how he spelled AIDS now. I want you to understand this illiteracy happening here. Y'all think y'all the shit and run everything now. I think men need to put their feet back down hard. The way y'all talk to us, down to us like we ain't shit. If we were in the 40s and 50s, I don't care what anyone comments or says. I smack the bitch right out of you. Y'all need to realize we are men. We physically dominate y'all. Y'all just forget the only thing holding us back is what the law says. That's why you mothers suck at being mothers today. No one puts you bitches in place anymore. This ain't going for all women, especially the bitches part. Nowadays, most men are both parents. Now women are getting more rights and more freedom, and y'all don't know what the fuck to do with it. That's what he says. I'm like, wow, this is a rather angry young lad, isn't he? And if you were in the 40s or 50s, yeah, you probably get smashed. But you know what? A lot of women, you know what happened to men who did stuff like that? They were met with hot grease, hot grits. They disappeared. They just disappeared. You know, just didn't magically just was gone one day and just never heard from again. People would think that they left home, and really they was back there fertilizing them collard greens in the backyard. Every time somebody had a pot of collard greens, they would remember you. So yeah, it wasn't quite as wonderful as you would imagine it. A lot of men got poisoned, all kind of stuff. Ground glass put in their food, they bled out. All kind of things happened to men who had to put their hands on women, and the women not having guns or anything like that would get you back because you would think that it would be okay for you to come in and act a fool and then go to sleep or eat the food that they fixed you, and they would get your ass. And that's why a lot of men are dead today because of their behavior in the 40s, 50s, and 60s before women got all the rights to get divorces and stuff that they have now. So, yeah, this is his attitude. And I thought, wow, you are super dusty. I wish you the best of luck in life because you're going to need it, home skillet. Now, this here was some sadness here. And this little girl, the dude that she's getting involved with, that well, has gotten involved with, is extremely dusty and scary. Now, I remember there was a story where this white chick had two little boys and she ran them into some lake or something in the car and tried to say some black man abducted her car or something somewhere down south. I vaguely remember that story. I don't remember where it happened, but they finally figured out that she was lying. And she had killed her two little boys. This is a white chick too. Killed her two little boys because she wanted to be with this man and he didn't want the kids from the other, from her ex-husband. And this girl has a similar story. She has a 5-year-old who has no relationship with his father, but the guy that wants to marry her wants her to send the child to live with this complete stranger who doesn't do anything for him and has no relationship with him. And she's trying to, ask, like, she's actually confused. Do I give up the child, um, to her aunties or break up the relationship? She actually feels like she has to ask what she should do. And I thought, wow, this is the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. Oh, Susan Smith. That's right. As soon as I saw it, it came to my mind. Yep, that was her. And, and I'm sure there's other stories like that, where the women wanted they were just so desperate to be married or desperate to have some dude that they messed over their kids like that. Yeah. So, he's a dust mite. And I mean, talk about wanting control. He don't even want to share him with her own child. And it's just, a little boy, a 5-year old. I mean, if you come in and you're nice to them, they will love you forever. You play with them and talk to them and, spend some time and pay attention to them and stuff. Little kids at that age just adore anybody who is nice to them and shows them some attention. So the man, instead of being like that's a little boy's dad, fatherless, why couldn't you not just step up and take on that role? Why do you want to get rid of him? So that ought to tell her what kind of human being he is. He's foul. This guy is like no good. If I could see if he was 15, I might be like, nah, you need to go live with your daddy because you a little motherfucker. But 5-year-olds are cute as buttons and they're just sweet. He hasn't hit that age yet where he's going to still start talking back and acting too stupid. They're cuties at that age, 4 and 5. So I don't know. I was very disturbed when I saw this. But this was the epitome of a dusty relationship. And these are just one of the examples of the kind of things that these guys will try to get you to sacrifice for them. So don't think it's only this kid and this is the only, situation like this. This happens a lot. They want the women to give up their friends, jobs, all kind of stuff. All kinds of stuff to be with them. So I hope you guys, I was trying to give everybody time enough to read that so that you would know what it says, but time to move on. Okay, now, don't nobody cheat more than a dude with a fresh cut, a washed car, and an extra $25 in his pocket. Okay, let's talk about that. What you gonna do with $25? I spend that much on lunch. I mean, what? And you think you gonna get a date with that? Wow, that's all I could say. And if you a woman who would cheat with a dude because he got a fresh cut, a wash car, and $25, I want to slap the shit out of you right now. Okay, I want to slap you because your standards are underground. $25. It's a nig roach level of money. And it's not like I don't be looking this for the dudes that's the biggest baller in the world either. But $25. I mean, if I said I only had $25 extra, I would be like out hustling me up a second job or something, doing some kind of something to get more money. Yeah, $25 extra. And that was just kind of sad. I'm like, wow, if y'all go for this, you got some low standards. That's all I could say. And this was posted by a guy too. I accidentally cut off, the top part, but I realized that it was too late because it was time to start the show. But he's like, if a woman don't need these things, to smoke, drink, and $40, these dudes be confused. They don't know what to do with you. And I think that's part of the problem. They have a certain type of woman that they've been dealing with. And when you come along and you don't fit their mold, you don't fit their standard, and you have different kinds of expectations, they don't know what to do with you. They're not used to being challenged. They're not used to really doing much or, having to perform to any kind of real level. And so when um, you make demands on them to be better men and to step up, they just are not ready. They just want to do this bare basic ghetto shit like this. Smoke, drink, and need $40. I mean, I could always use the extra $40, shoot. But it costs more than that to fill up my tank. So, I mean, what? That ain't nothing. They can give me that credit card. Let's talk about that. So I can fill that $50 fill up my tank at least. So yeah, this kind of stuff here. I don't know, you guys. This is bothersome. Now this dude here is like, okay, Dusty Crown Wearer number 2. Now this had to be from prior because Halloween hasn't come yet for 2019, but they're talking about Halloween, and what happened to the lady's name? Well, anyway, whoever it was, she said thanked her subby for sending this in as this kid they took his kid trick or treating, and the people dressed in costumes, started moving. And I ran into a situation like that with my daughter. I'll tell you the story in a minute. So the guy ran off and he left his little girl there. And so the women was dragging him. See the little girl back there with her little blue and white thing on. I guess she's supposed to be like a little princess or whatever. But we went trick or treating before. I took my daughter trick or treating in the Oakland Hills when we still lived in Oakland. She was probably about, I don't know, 7 or 8 years old. And we went with some, parents and classmates and stuff. So it was like a group of kids, and all the parents were talking and everything. And so we went to this house, and out in the front yard, there was what looked like a gorilla and dressed, kind of some kind of crazy blood on it or something, and a what they call it, the death with the sickle, what the Grim Reaper, a Grim Reaper there with the sickle and stuff, and so you had to walk up this walkway to they knock on the door and get the candy, and so they were just standing there, right? So you just think it's just one of those like statue things that you buy at the dime store or whatever, So we are like whatever. So the parents are standing at the curb. The kids go up the walkway, get the candy, and as they're on their way back, the Grim Reaper moved and the gorilla went, ha! Man, my daughter turned into Flojo. I've never seen anybody move so fast. That little girl took off and she was running uphill. Okay, we was in the Oakland Hills. She was running uphill and was must have been going 55 miles an hour. It was unbelievable. She was at the top of the hill before we even knew what happened. It was like half a mile away. And I'm like, little girl, come back. And so I had to go up there and get her. She was all scared. It was unbelievable, but yeah, that was creepy. We laughed. That was just, it was really good because it was dark, and they went. It was perfect. They must have practiced because they both did it, at the same time as the kids were passing by. All of them look, ah, ah, screaming like maniacs and running around in circles. But my daughter took off and ran away. It was hilarious. But this dude, see, he's supposed to grab his daughter and run, idiot. He just running, just thinking about himself. Just trifling. I don't know what I would do if I had a husband that was that trifling. I think I'd be upset. So here's the people dragging him. And look at this dude making excuses for him. Then this lady's telling the story about what her husband did when there was some bullets were flying, and left his daughter, and this guy over at the second one, the one in the middle, he's making excuses. Well, haven't you been scared? You can't catch your breath, this and that. So he's making excuses for this man leaving his daughter there. Where's the protector part? I was like, wow, this is sad. I'd get a divorce. I need a divorce. I need one today. You just a jerk. I can't be married to somebody I can't respect. You not no kind of protector of your children. Gonna run off and leave my baby there, motherfucker. I'm about to kill you. Oh, so trifling. Now this one is, I thought this was kind of funny too. They be trying to have you jealous. She said, your baby daddy's gonna try to have you jealous of a girl that look like a man. Boy, fuck you and your boyfriend. Oh my God, I was rolling. I was rolling. And we got a bunch more. Yeah, there's probably about 10, 12 more of these to go. Oh, I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, to be trying to get a rise out of you any way possible. Like, you got somebody that look like they trans. I'm not, don't nobody care about that. That's your thing, Malik Yoba Jr. Make that magic happen. Don't nobody care. Now this little dude, she was kind of savage, but not quite savage enough to get an award. But it was good. I have to give her some props. It was good. Courtney Jenkins, she made a good clap back. But it wasn't good enough to get the award on this show because the ones that did are just like, oh, god damn. Are you kidding me? Look at this food. I think, is this some kind of rapper or something? People seem to recognize him. I don't want a relationship. They hold you back. I want a best friend that I can sleep with, make love to, hustle with, get money with, travel with, shop with, club with, and live life with. I want a partner in crime, a life partner. someone that I can laugh with and build with, a woman I'm not afraid to lose because I know they'll always be there. Relationships are played, but a partnership I'll take. And she's like, I don't want a salad. I just want lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, shredded carrots, a little butter, and Italian vinaigrette. Salads are overrated, but a shredded vegetable medley I'll take. You gotta admit, she got a point. That's not Bow Wow. That's not Bow Wow's face. That's somebody Shad Moss. Who's that? Well, anyway, that don't look like Bow Wow to me. It looks like somebody else. His face is different. But anyway, did a good old clap back. She did a good clap back with him, and I loved it. I loved it because that. I don't understand all the stuff that he put. If that's not a relationship, what is? Even marriages are relationships, dude. Partnerships are relationships. Well, even if it's a business partnership, still a relationship. So what is he talking about? He's just confused. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, that's his real name. It don't look like him though. Hmm. That face looks completely different. But anyway, who cares? Whatever. Whoever it is, he's stupid. Um, when a dude be dealing with two females, he'll always stay with the one who's weak-minded. The weak-minded one will think she's won, but the whole time he's wishing he was with the strong one. But he's too afraid to be with the strong one because he's weak himself. And there is an element of truth to that. Men default to whatever's easiest. They always do that. They go with what's the easiest. And the path of least resistance is what my grandfather used to call it. So if you have a guy who's going to be challenged by one woman and the other woman's going to give him everything he wants, he doesn't have to really stretch himself. He doesn't have to put forth any effort. He doesn't really have to do anything. Just skate through and she gives him everything that he wants. He's generally going to go with her because it's easier. And this meme is correct. She's gonna think she won and she got the prize. In reality, he settled for her because he just a lazy, beastie, dusty bum. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. I just want to put that out there. Let's move on to the next one. Now I thought, okay, now here we go. So that if a woman, so now women are supposed to go out and they're supposed to try to get stalked and held hostage and their property busted and be threatened to death and murder and all this stuff. And if you don't have those situations in your life, that means that your coochie is trash. So you're supposed to feel bad about yourself if no man has ever, done these acts of violence towards you. That is what this is saying. They try to make it sound funny, but it's not funny. Almost died? Are you serious right now? If you guys, let you young girls read this stuff and be like, yeah, because, mine must be good because my ex did this and that and blah, blah, blah. Okay, you're stupid. Stop that. That means nothing. It just means you ran into an idiot who wants to, to control you. Yeah, dear, I'm telling you. When I saw this, I was like, I had to hop up from my computer. This is beyond dusty. I don't even know what level of dust this is. Like dust squared. I'm just like, I don't even know what to say. I just was just horrified at the message that this was trying to send to women. Young women who would be goofy enough to listen to it. Or yeah, even if it's sent by posted by a woman, like compare herself to make herself feel superior to the woman who hasn't been brutalized by a man. Well, I've been brutalized by a man and terrorized by a man, so that means my coochie's better than yours. What? Bitch, what? Yeah, I don't know what to say. But let's move on. Now this one Normally I don't put things that are like this adult in here, but this was funny. And I thought, let's just throw this in here anyway, because they always demonetize these shows because of my language. So it's no problem. So I just want to let y'all read this, but dude is like, no, hell no, this the right number. Oh, I was rolling. He's like, sorry, wrong number. He's like, oh hell no, this the right number. You nasty dog. This little dude is just a nasty little dog. He's like, you don't even know who's on the other phone side of the phone. It could be a dude. And you up there, hell no, it's the right number. Little nasty. He just assumed it was a woman, I guess, but you know what I mean? You don't know what this can some 98-year-old gay man. You don't know what's happening. Oh, I thought that was funny. Now this I use some of my creative artwork. I mean creative cutting because I wanted to look at that body pose that dude has. That heel, that toe, the heel lifted and he's on the toe of the back foot and he's clutching his pearls and he got his fingers out like, "Oh my god," like he just a woman. This is just too much of a little bitch for me. I could not stand looking at this picture. That's why I had to do the close up so you could see better his expression and how he's holding his hand, his manicured nails, and how he's holding his hand out so she could put the ring on him because now he's an engaged man. Yes, girl. Yes, Apple Science. I'm afraid so. I'm afraid so. Y'all, my eyes had to suffer, so do yours. I was shocked and appalled. There's no way on this green planet I would ever propose to a man. Down on one knee, girl, get your ass up. What the hell are you doing? I wanted to, Miss Pink Secrets. But trust me, if there was a way to reach through a computer and slap somebody through a picture, I sure would have done it. But look at him. Yeah, some pink tutu. That'd be about right. I'm like, dude is just looking just way too dainty. That heel lift though, see, that heel lift on the back foot, that's a dead giveaway. You just a little bit too dainty for me. I can't. No. No, can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. They cute together. You need glasses. She gonna be sorry she did this. Cause she gonna have to take the lead in everything else in their relationship. At some point, and this is real too. This is real. Um, Part of the romantic part for women, and is the feeling desired. That's what gets women excited when a guy is like so enchanted with you and he just wants to be around you and kiss you and hug you and touch you and stare at you and he's rubbing on you and doing all this kind of stuff, right? That's what gets you excited. Okay, that's what stimulates a woman emotionally. That feeling of being desired, not stalked, not like possessed, desired. There's a difference. So if you have a situation where you have to propose, how and where do you feel desired at in that scenario? You're desiring him, but he's not desiring you because otherwise he would have stepped up and done the man thing, which men have been doing for generations, like thousands of generations, which is, go to the parents and then say, I want to marry your daughter, or go to the girl, I want to marry you. I mean, you know what I mean? The penguins bring the pebble and put in front of the little female penguin, I want to marry you. The bower birds build a bower. I want to be with you. I mean, okay, the males in the species do what they need to do to get the women. The male peacocks fluff they, big feathers and stuff, and they prance around and do all they fanning and all this little peacock dance and stuff. And then the female's like, oh, he's so flies are fine. Oh, look at his feathers. And then she gets with him. I mean, in every aspect of life, the males court the females. Okay, so when you have a situation now where you start trying to flip the script, there's going to be a day when you realize that you don't feel the way that you should be feeling in your relationship, in your marriage. You don't feel desired. He has no reason to step up and make you feel desired because you already did everything yourself. You did it all. There's nothing for him to do. He just a passenger in the relationship. You rowing the boat, driving the car, you doing everything. Because this is what you wanted, so he knows he don't have to do shit to get you. You chased him down like a rabbit. Bought a ring, doing all this shit. So, this kind of, I know people are like, well, that's old fashioned, this and that. There's nothing that's changed about what stimulates a woman emotionally and stimulates her heart and body and mind. That hasn't changed since ever. Men, the same thing. That has not changed. So, you like, yeah, we want to have equal pay for the work we put in. We don't want to work ourselves to death. We want our husbands to help and show that he, lives there too. And he loves his kids and he wants to take care of them just like we do. Yeah, there's some things that have changed. But as far as the mentality and emotional state of a woman and a man in a relationship, every woman wants to feel desired by her man. That is like written in stone. That will never change. And if you have a situation like this, I'm not seeing where you feel desired. You got to be proposing and chasing his ass down. I don't see where that applies. That I would never do that. And I could never recommend that. As a matter of fact, I have a video that I'll try to remember to link to up here about why you should never propose to a man. And I'll try to remember to link that up there. But yeah, this was a mistake. This was a mistake. This was a mistake. In other marriages I know where the woman proposed to the man or chased the man, asked him out first, all this kind of stuff. The man is just, kind of there. I mean, he's there. But then when he meets the woman who he really wants to be with, he leaves her ass in a heartbeat and he chases down that other woman like a man should. And that's the way it is. They was cutting off man circulation. You be quiet, Miss Davis. Ah, you may have a point there though. He just look at what that heel lift though. See, I just can't get over that heel lift. I should have done a close up of that, his foot. That shit just is like, oh, what are you doing, dude? And that shirt, what was that? Roses or some shit on it? What is this? What is he wearing? That don't even look manly. Something about this whole thing is just turning me off. Anyway, let's move on before I throw up. Okay, now this is every dusty man's dream come true. A woman on her knees begging him about something. I wish I would. If I'm down on my knees, I'm getting ready to do something to you that's going to put you in a hospital for months if you live through it. So it's like, I wouldn't recommend that, you know. Yeah, his nails was done. That's what I said. His manicured hand, holding it out there with his long ass nails and that heel lift in the back. Shit, that shit that might be from Atlanta. You know what that's all about. But look at this shit right here. How all black women should be when speaking to her black king. Ah, oh, Joyce, we don't know what it is. Stop trying to just fuck up our show. We trying to have a good time here, and here come your ass with your killjoy attitude. I swear, there's always one want to come wandering in here with some old fucked up conversation. Anyway, here we go. So this is something, I think a lot of men have this where they want to be called a king and they want to be looked at like, you know, look how he's looking at her with his arms all crossed, like he ruling over somebody. Yeah. Yeah, he's short. Cause she on her knees and she don't look that tall herself. She only coming up to the door handle on her knees, and he's not that much taller than her. So I'm like, okay, this man is like about 5'8". She about 5'4". Yeah. So I don't know, but anyway, I just thought that was just too much dust for me. He just looking real authoritative, like he really all about something. And then here he go. Here this man go. You let him in deep and dig out the disappointment that your last man left in it. I'm like, what? What? And this is the part that really drives me crazy about them. This is the part that really makes me just be like, what in the world? Why is it that Dusties always think their little dingaling is like the magic cure all, the fountain of youth? Bewitch, dink a dink a dink, make magic happen. Tinkerbell, everybody, the magic mirror, everything all rolled into one where they can, cure all ailments, solve all problems in women's minds, bodies, and health and everything else. With that, that they have like this magical tool that can do all of that. That's what they seem to want to think. And I'm like, wow, this is kind of special. I don't know what to do about what to think, but that's what they seem to believe, and that's what this kind of communication implies, you know. Yeah, it's the magic stick, all right. But all it does really, tends to bring more disappointment and problems than it brings anything else, like unwanted pregnancy, STDs, all kind of, stuff be happening that's really not. I mean, disappointment is just a microscopic part of it. You can get rid of disappointment. That other stuff, herpes, you can't get rid of that stuff that easy. So let us move on. Now we're into the Savage Awards. We're near the end of our program. I think I have four of them. Look at this. Look at this. Clap back. Oh, that tingly feeling you get when you start talking to a new guy. And she's all grinning and shit. And this little sister come back with her throwing rain on her parade. That tingly feeling is common sense leaving your body, sis. Oh my God, I was dying. I was dying. Oh, this was funny. Oh, I was rolling. Y'all just using some bad language in there. Poor Lady Boss is just like blocking comments right and left. Come on now, y'all. Clean that up. Working my girl too hard. Yeah, this was horribly savage. But there's more. There's more. A slightly drunk woman is watching TV and she yells, "Don't go there! Don't go to the church, you dumb bitch!" Her husband asks, "What are you watching?" She says, "Our wedding video." Ah, savage, savage, savage. She got the Savage Award number 2. I'm like, damn, girl. Really? Ah, oh my God. I thought I was going to die. I was laughing so hard. But a lot of women probably think that they just don't have enough gumption to say it. But I was screaming. Oh, yeah, she is just like our wedding video. And now you young girls trying to race down the aisle. You better slow your roll and think about this. And the Savage Award number 3, I don't know why they use that green writing because you really can't read it that well. But dude is like, baby girl, we need to talk. And she's like, oh yeah, what's up? I think we moving too fast. We need to take time. She's like LOL with all kind of smiley faces. I hear you, but we past that point, babe. We have raw sex, silly. I cook, I clean for you, and I give you head on demand. You gonna love me or I'm gonna fuck you up. See you tonight, boo. One way or the other. Like, dude, you don't do this scared. He's scared not to come. And I bet he not gonna talk no more shit about we need time. Nigga, you should have took your time before you start stepping into all them roles and letting her do all that shit for you. You supposed to tell her, no, babe, don't be doing all that. We ain't at that phase yet. But you didn't. See, you was busy just loving everything she was doing for you, just trying to take advantage. And she got some news for your ass. It ain't happening like that, Captain. It's gonna happen the way that I want it to happen. And I'm gonna see you tonight, one way or the other. So I know she ain't playing with his ass. She's like, boy, I will smoke you. I like Keish. I like adding, like some flavor to it. I read it to you the way that I would read it to when I read it. When they come, I read them to myself, and so I'm reading them to you the way that I imagine that she would be saying it, were she in his face. Because you notice she's like, see you tonight, boo. She's not mad. She's not mad. She didn't call him no names. She was all sweet. LOL. I hear you, but she being sweet to dude. Yeah, he better disappear. He better disappear. If I was him, I would have a sudden need to transfer my job to Alaska, cause I got to get away from girlfriend. Cause she on one. And then the final slide of tonight, the final and fourth DNN Savage Award of the evening goes to this young lad here. This young lady, I'm sorry, this young lady here. Oh, I'll just let y'all read it. Because I was like, gosh, she's so right. I couldn't stop laughing. I could not stop laughing. This was hilarious. How many ladies? Okay, by a raise of hands, how many of you have been disappointed in real life? I don't know how to do the little hand raise. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just put me in there. Oh yes, I'm definitely in there. Been disappointed. Throw the motherfuckers out of my bed. Get the fuck out. Get out. That's why this is the winner. This one just, there's no words. All you can do is bow down and say, you know what? You win. You win. There's nothing that nobody could say. You are the savage queen of the universe. Oh, yeah, see? Everybody getting disappointed. Everybody raising their hand and putting the check mark at me. I'm the only one that don't know how to send a little picture. But I'm telling you, that's what they do. Don't be sending them tired ass pictures, making promises. No, that's not cruel, Canada. US Tango. That's what you're supposed to do. They should only get one time to be like that. You're not supposed to be disappointing yourself, especially as a single woman. If they're gonna be coming around, they need to be delivering the goods. I mean, married women, sometimes women in long term relationships, they might, be hit and miss here and there. But, depending on he's tired, he's sick, he's whatever. I mean, sometimes that happens. But in general, dude is delivering and he's like the postman right on time. And that's why you be in a relationship with him. At least me, I don't you half stepping, I don't really have time for you. We're gonna be friends. But this thing here, this was some reality that was inescapable and I was a rolling. So there you go at the corner of Ashley Avenue and Bum Boulevard, the Dusty News Network show of Friday, October 4th, 2019, here with Deborah Cooper and the crew. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I sure did. Like whether you do it or not, I did. So I just thought this was so funny. I'm gonna try. I kept getting sidetracked. If you notice, I did the Fantasia thing, and then I did the K Michelle thing, and so I got a little bit off track of what I was trying to do, which was work on that series about men and manipulation. I have, my video outlined. I just have to, find time to do it, which I'm going to try to do this weekend. Okay. To get that up so that then we can, get back on track. And I'll be back on Tuesday with the What the Fuck Relationship Advice. It's a live stream advice column. If you haven't seen that, then just check out one of the videos. There's What the Fuck Tuesday. There's a whole playlist of them. And if you have an advice question that you'd like to submit for response on the show, look in the show description below and you'll see the link, the hyperlink that will take you right to the advice submission form. And you can send in your question there and just get it in, no later than like by Monday if you want it to be considered for the Tuesday show. So we're here Tuesday. That's the next live stream Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And that'll be What the Fuck Tuesday relationship advice. So I want to thank everybody for coming to the show tonight and sharing your laughter with me. The ladies who submitted their graphics and memes and things, thank you very much. For everyone who came to share in the fun and levity, we appreciate you. Your super chat donations, we love you for that. And my Patreon subscribers as well. Lady Boss holding it down like the queen she is. I will see you guys all on Tuesday, if not before. You never know about me. I'll see you later. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.